Simon, Danny, we cannot crack on without dwelling on this. The figures of Lionel Messi's contract at Barcelona leaked over the weekend. Who leaked it and why? Well, those are two other questions that I would have thought we'll find out in the fullness of time. But Barcelona, Messi apparently in a state of high dudgeon this morning, as you quite well imagine, weighing up legal action, Simon, after El Mundo, the Spanish newspaper, published details of Messi's contract. Did you see it? It's a €500 million contract, which includes 138 million euros per season in wages and bonuses, a 78 million euro loyalty bonus, and when you look at it, just to sign on again, Simon, just to sign on and renew with Barcelona, he received 115 million euros. Where do we go with this? We spoke last week about shock horror. Barcelona, €1 billion in the red. Massive drama going on at this football club. This has got a lot to do with it, hasn't it?
No, what's got a lot to do with it is £250 million a year they've lost out of the COVID crisis. You know, this contract is not new to us. People have known since last year when all that clamour about him leaving Barcelona, which didn't happen, was being put forward. Everyone clearly understood what Messi. It still doesn't stop you from being shocked. I mean, I look at these things, and maybe I'm a miserable old bugger, right? But I look at it and go, leave me alone. You're going to pay a footballer this kind of money. He hasn't provided a solution for the vaccine. He's kicking a football around and getting paid this kind of money. It's absurd, but it goes with a territory. The two things aren't indexed. The amount of revenue that Lionel Messi will have brought to Barcelona around the world, from their digital imagery through to their merchandise opportunities, through the sponsors wanting to indexing, will have been balanced off against the salary that we are seeing here.
Can you put a price on what he's brought in, Simon? Is there any way you can?
Well, I can only put a price.
Figure
I can only put a price on there that Barcelona have been prepared to pay him this money because of the economic value that he brings to them, and that economic value, given the fact that Barcelona last year, before the COVID-19 crisis, were bragging that they were going to be the first club to break the €1 billion a year. That will give you an indication of the reasons why people like Messi were part of their roster. It doesn't alter the fact that it's pretty staggering amounts of money for a footballer.
I mean, Danny, you were a footballer, and a good one at that. Can you believe that a footballer in this day and age, with everything else that goes on, earns money like that?
Not really. I think he is obviously one of the, well, if not the greatest we've ever seen, so there's probably rules around him that don't apply to everyone else. But I always think when you start spending over a certain amount of money on one player, the risk is always that the next game they can be done for a year and then never come back the same. I mean, I've never run a football club, but some of the... pardon?
You'd insure them, wouldn't you?
Well, you could, yeah, but I just think for my own peace of mind, if I was running a club, I would never be venturing into the 100 million mark to be buying players.
No,
I just think it's ludicrous.
Oh, you would think it.
You don't need to.
It's never going to end well, is it?
How can you say that? Well, Barcelona, up until this moment in time, have been considered to be a economic powerhouse. They've been lauded and applauded as one of the biggest clubs in world football.
Can't pay their players at the
moment.
Hold
on, and we're taking a moment in time when they are one of the clubs that have been the most effective because they've got the highest level of revenue being generated inside stadiums than any football club in the world. It's not unsurprising. We all know that football finance is balanced on a knife edge. We all know the notion that the only beneficiaries of football finances are players, agents and managers. But ultimately, the biggest cost in a football club are player salaries. What else have they got to spend? They don't run big advertising campaigns, do they? Coca-Cola spend billions and billions of pounds advertising their product. Barcelona don't spend billions and billions of marketing money. They spend their money on their marketing tools being their players. It's part and parcel of the cost implication of big football. It's gone too far. This is too far.
Just a bit.
Well, you know what? The other argument would be he must be worth it to them. Not just economically, not just on the pitch for his performance, but he must be worth it to them because these boys aren't running around with a registered charity stamp on their forehead. They're running around paying people what they think they need to pay them to keep them. You know, we'd have had Man City paying this, by the way. Man City have been paying this, and then we'd have this in UK football. Then every other player in the Premier League would be going, hang on a second, I'm underpaid.
I'd love to have been a fly on the wall in the conversation. So if you renew We're going to pay you a bonus as well. Great. What will you pay me? 115 million euros. All right, then I'll renew.